Your
exotic meats for your holiday table. We are live with Huntington Meats to show us unique alternatives to traditional entrees.
Plus, exotic meats for your holiday table. We're live with Huntington Meats to show us unique alternatives to traditional entrees.
Getting ready for our holiday meals, and most people go with the turkey or ham or something, but why not take a walk on the wild side? How about alligator or ostrich or wild boar? Joining us with some exotic game meat is Jim Cascone. He's owner of Huntington Meats and Sausages, an institution in our community here in Southern California. He's here with the head butcher, John Escobedo. Welcome to both of you gentlemen. And a bunch of different interesting meats here. Let's get right to it. First, what do we need to look for when we're buying exotic meat?
Well, the freshness, and not only that, these are all farm-raised products. You're not going to have to worry about buckshot.
Okay. right. Well, you don't want that.
But you can see we rely on our supplier, who's local, Broadleaf, and what they do is they pick and hand-picked, and they work their products. So you can see, like, this is venison tenderloin. This is actually an antelope raised in Texas, all farm raised, USDA inspected, and humanely harvest. So I believe when you're looking for the quality, you can always rely on our source to help us pick out these exotic animals.
In preparation for these kinds of meats, is it different than if I'm like roasting your typical beef?
Not really. It's beef, the temperatures, when you come to our store, we also can help you with recipes and different items, depending on what you like. If you're going for venison or an antelope,
right?
As we go down the line,
you got some meatloaf for me back here. What am I eating here?
Ostrich.
This is ostrich.
Yeah.
Tastes like meatloaf.
But it's actually healthier for you. The leanness in it. All these wild game, the leanness is most healthy for you. It's
okay.
Not
and what do we have here?
So we just had the ostrich meatloaf over here that you just tasted. This here is elk crown roast with berry and balsamic marinade on it. You want to cook this to like a 125. Let it rest. You get a nice medium rare on that.
Okay. You brought me a slice of
and
that.
That's some of there.
Ooh. It seems very lean.
It's a little leaner. You want to cook at a higher heat, 400, 450 degrees for a short period of time. This here lasts about 45 minutes here.
Okay. What's this?
Move on to some breaded alligator fingers, which is the loin and tail pieces.
This is the kind of thing that you would have when you're down in Louisiana, right?
Exactly.
Yeah, it actually comes from Louisiana.
Okay, I've had that down there.
Very tasty, mild, like a chicken tender.
I was gonna say, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah.
Okay. What's next?
Back here we have a wild boar St. Louis rib with a Jack Daniel's barbecue sauce that was made to pour over the top of it. This here, cook them just like your regular ribs. You'll wrap them in foil, make a tent. You'll cook them just like a rib.
And does a wild boar taste different than a typical pork rib?
I don't think so, but we have some here.
I wasn't going to get all messy here, but I'll
though.
go ahead and jump in there. No,
What do you
tastes
think?
like...
Pretty tasty, huh? Not
Yeah.
bad.
Okay, what's next?
So we move on up front. We have it's a North African recipe for camel meatballs.
Okay.
Something that a lot of people probably...
I may pass on that one.
Very tasty.
As tasty as that sounds.
This actually tastes a lot better than what your venison tastes like because it has a little more fat to it. Okay. So it's in between a beef and a lamb is what it would taste like.
And make a hamburger out of it.
Okay.
I'm telling you, it's really, really good.
Okay.
This here is a venison tenderloin with some rosemary, a berry balsamic vinegar on it, some garlic. This here you want to cook at a high heat also, 450 degrees at a 120 pull-out temperature. Let it rest and ready to go.
What's this?
This here is a honey roasted duck.
Ah.
Now this is really tasty here.
All right, I'll jump into that. Go ahead and tell me about that duck.
So with this duck here, we added some garlic and some lemon wedges in the front to get some nice flavor to it as we were cooking it, and then we basted with the red wine balsamic and a little garlic, and the drippings from it. We mix it up, drip it right over the top of it. A little honey.
Well, they're yelling at me to finish up, but the really interesting idea, exotic meats. Here's where you can go buy some. Huntington Meats and Sausages, located at the original Farmers Market, stall 350 on West 3rd Street in Fairfax in LA. More information, check out their website. Jim and John, thanks guys. Really appreciate it. All right, Jess, I'll bring some in for you.
Very adventurous of you, Frank. Thank you guys. Still ahead, your